In this video, I'm going to show you how to recover an NBMR backup using the Cristie Virtual Appliance. First, we will need to add our Networker backup server to the Virtual Appliance if you have not already done so. This can be done from the Options tab and Backup Server Settings. Press Add New Backup Server and select Networker from the drop-down list. Fill out the name, address and credentials for your Networker server and press Search to begin the discovery. Once done, it should appear in your Configured Backup Servers tab. Next, we will need to add the Target Hypervisor, if not already done so. You can add an Amazon EC2, Microsoft Hyper-V, Oracle Cloud, or VMware vSphere hypervisor. Select your hypervisor of choice and fill out the required credentials, and again press Search to begin the discovery. Once complete, your Target Hypervisor will appear under your Configured Hypervisors tab as shown here. To perform the recovery, head to the Recover tab and select Recover Backup. We will select our backup source, which is EMC Networker server. We will select the server which we wish to restore from, and the client that we wish to recover. Now we will enter the IP address, subnet mask and gateway address of the target system. And select our target hypervisor. You will see a list of configured hypervisors here. If I open the Settings button, I can select if I wish to restore the latest backup or restore to a point in time. I can change where this new target machine will be created, its data center, host or data store. And if I was recovering to a different hypervisor, for example Hyper-V, you would see the relevant options for Hyper-V listed here as well. Under the Machine Configuration tab, I can change how the virtual machine will be created in terms of its VM name, how much memory and CPU count is assigned to this machine. I can also change the size of the disks and whether they will be thinly or thickly partitioned. I can also add or remove disks as I like here. By default, this information will be filled out with the same information of the source system. If the source system has 4 GB of memory, so will the target, but this can be increased or decreased as you wish. The Target Configuration tab allows us to specify the hostname and IP address of the new target system. By default, this will be pre-populated with the same information from the source system. However, if you're performing a test recovery to the same environment and you wish to avoid any network conflicts, you can choose to change the hostname and the IP address within this window. Under the Boot Actions tab, we can also specify what to do after a successful or unsuccessful recovery. After a successful recovery, I would like to reboot the target. This means that once the recovery is finished, we will automatically reboot the target system to shut down our recovery environment and boot immediately into the recovered operating system. You could also choose to leave the target as is, where it will remain in the recovery environment until you manually reboot the machine. You could also choose to delete the target, which may be preferable if you are running a series of disaster recovery tests and you wish to clean up automatically once those tests are completed and marked as successful. When you're ready to start the recovery, press the Save button. Now the recovery is starting. The Cristie VA will first communicate with our target hypervisor and create the new target virtual machine along with the associated network cards and disks. We will then attach the recovery ISO and begin booting that ISO into our recovery environment. Once done and the system is online with network connectivity, we will then begin the disk partitioning phase, where we will format and partition the disks in the same format as the original system. Once that is completed, we will then move to the Restore in Files stage, where we will copy all of the files from the Networker backup to this new target system. And finally, we begin the Making Bootable phase, where we perform our dissimilar hardware checks to analyze for any different hardware for the target system compared to the original, to identify the requirement of any additional drivers that need to be installed, and we will automatically install those.